I'm not there. Hi, I'm Rodney Fudge, owner-operator of Smoke'm Taxidermy here in C.B.S, Newfoundland. I've been in this field for over 45 years, I guess. I grew up as in a family of taxidermists. My dad was a taxidermist. My mom worked alongside of my dad. Dad started probably 50 years ago in the business and retired from taxidermy, I would say probably 15 years ago. I was around 7, 8 years old, I guess. Dad used to take when he was mounting something, and if it was no good, and he'd just throw it out in a pile. And I remember it was a weasel, and the weasel was slipped in the belly, and it was no good to mount. He threw it out by the side of his shed. As soon as he was gone, I took the weasel and I went in and I took the head and done a shoulder mount on the weasel. That was my first thing. We have worked on, from the smallest, I would say probably a little girl's goldfish was the smallest thing that I've ever worked on. Right to, and a life-size moose is probably the largest animal that I've ever mounted, and everything in between I've worked on. Eagles, all kinds of waterfowl, and little small bats, just name a few. The full-size moose was done for Grand Codroy Wildlife Museum in Codroy Valley, Newfoundland, and that was approximately, I'd say 21, 22 years ago, that moose was mounted. That bear was taken by a child hunter in Alberta, spring before last. It was his first bear, first black bear, first hunt. And this is the bear that he got. Beautiful specimen, and is ready to go back home to him now. Yeah, this is a cinnamon phase of a black bear. The western subspecies of black bear come in many different colors, from white to blonde to cinnamons, chocolates, black. We don't see any bears like that here in Newfoundland. We may get a white patch in a bear in the chest, but I've never seen a pure color phase here in Newfoundland. This is a beautiful specimen of a black bear. Bear is actually in great shape. Nice big wide head on it. Ears look really small compared to the head, and that is a sign when you're hunting bears. You notice the ears are small, you got a good bear. Right. 9 times out of 10, you're looking at a really nice bear in front of you. Right. So this is meant to go around a round circle. Yeah. So when you try to lay it out flat, his armpit don't want to lay flat. It wants to all bunch up here and wrinkle, and the cut will be here, and there's a triangle here. So we take them, and when we stretch them, I'll take this piece, and this piece is wrinkled. So then we haul this piece together, we draw it, and then we cut a wedge out, and then we stitch this up. Both sides are the same, they're stitched. So now what I'll do is we'll dye this black. The black will come through. You'll hardly even see this once it's all combed in, and it's all dyed black. And then makes your rug wider. Lots of fellows take them and they'll cut this piece out, so then you get a narrow rug. If you lose all this width, see this? So you're going to lose this width. So we sew this in, and then we dye it in and blacken it, and you never know it. Gives you a nice big wide flat rug. Same as this part here. This is his armpit in the back. This will get dyed as well, black, and get rid of the white color in it as well. You get 2 borders sewn on. Rug is all laid out in a grid form, so both sides of the rug is the same. They're all measured, and every point is even. Really nice, soft tan, lasts a lifetime. To do a mount like this, first of all, I'll sit down and I'll probably come up with it in my head first, and we'll study the specimen, we'll study pictures, and reference pictures goes a long ways. And I have reference casts of mouths that I've taken myself, reference casts of their nose. They're called death casts, and we use them for study purposes. And I'll sit down and I'll study, and then I'll draw out and compose the mount before I ever touch it. And then we'll start. And this was not available commercially. I could have bought a half a moose and had it shipped as a form, but I didn't. This moose is completely sculptured on site here. Nothing is commercial at all. Made 100% on site. Reference goes a long ways. I sit with pictures everywhere. When I'm making this, and I just sit down and I have pictures lined up, pictures and pictures here, and everywhere I was looking at a moose stripping velvets, and that was in front of me the whole time when I'm sculpturing it. And we have all the size reference in front of me, and I'm just looking at measurements, and I'm working, and I work this form over, and I probably cut this up 20 times as I'm through the process till I got what I was looking for and the attitude that I was looking for in the mount. This moose, from start to finish, complete custom. I'm into this moose, I would say, around 200 hours. It's been a long process, but well worth it in the end.
You pleased with it?
Very pleased with it. It's a once in a lifetime mount as far as I'm concerned. I've probably one of the best moose mounts I've ever done.